Hello everyone, my name is Katrina Rourke. I'm a current grad student at Northwestern University working toward a master's degree in speech, language, and learning. I graduated from Western Michigan University where I completed my honors thesis under the mentorship of Dr. Hope Gerlach. Our study is called Self-Disclosure of Stuttering to Various Social Reference Groups. Stuttering is a variable communication disorder often characterized by associated overt fluencies and associated stigma ranging from teasing to outright discrimination. One way people who stutter manage this stigma is by disclosing their stuttering to their listeners. While this can be done by stuttering openly or wearing a stuttering-related shirt, our study, however, investigates verbal disclosure or verbally telling your listener that you're a person who stutters. Past research has shown that verbal disclosure of stuttering at the beginning of an interaction with an informative tone yields positive listener perceptions and is often preferred by the speaker who stutters. The current study focused on to whom people who stutter disclose most and if mental health changes depending on the extent of disclosure to different types of people. The data for this study come from Dr. Gerlach's 2019 dissertation, which utilized an online survey to analyze the more broad topic of stigma and identity management among adults who stutter. Part of the survey included a scale measuring extent of verbal disclosure to various social reference groups, which you can see at the bottom left of the poster. The scale asked participants to rate extent of disclosure to 7 social reference groups, which are listed along the bottom of the center graph. Standardized scales were also administered to assess anxiety and depression, including the STAT-T and the SES-D. We use these data to answer 2 research questions, which can be found in the center of the poster, using descriptive statistics and regression analysis. While there were no statistical significant differences found while assessing the first question, if you look at the center graph, you can see that descriptively, people who stutter disclosed more as the intimacy of the reference group increased. For example, people who stutter reported disclosing least often to neighbors, which is a pretty distant reference group compared to family, to which people who stutter disclose most often. For the second question, we found that extent of verbal disclosure was only predictive of distress for one social reference group, romantic partners. Specifically, individuals who told more of their previous romantic partners about stuttering reported lower levels of psychological distress and vice versa. Preliminary clinical implications can be found at the bottom of the discussion portion on the right side of the poster. Additional experimental research is needed to determine if the relationships between disclosure to romantic partners and psychological distress are causal. Thank you for taking the time to hear about our project.